why not? Say hi, Brendan, by the way. It's just feel free to say hi.
Hi.
Yes, endure the highness.
Hey everyone.
So you want to talk?
Today,
So today on Stone Productions Channel, we're going to be doing a review on the Sonic movie. Spoiler warning: they all get nuked at the end.
but actually, to be honest, this was probably the best video game movie I've seen in a while.
I can agree with you that I can agree with you on that, Mr. Productions. So, Mr. Productions,
Yeah.
how are you doing today? By the way, how are you doing?
Well, I'm not crying myself to sleep right now, so I would say it's a pretty good day.
That's always a good sign. So, honest
Yeah.
opinions. What is your honest review on the Sonic movie?
To be honest, if I had to give it a rating out of 10, I would give it a solid 7 to 8 out of 10.
Why not a perfect 10 out of 10? Please explain. We
There
have
were definitely some issues with the movie. Like, okay, so we're going to go into a bit of spoilers here. So,
yes, I did
just
make a
be one.
spoiler warning.
All right. So, Sonic does floss, and there are a good amount of memes in here, and there are a couple story things that I do have a couple issues with. So let's get to it. So Sonic flosses, which yes, it was funny, and I do believe it was used to very effectively. And basically, what it was able to do is kind of portray Sonic as more of kind of a child, which I liked. He was
Uh,
very childish in demeanor.
yes,
I like that.
I do agree with you on that very childish play.
But see, the thing that might date it is because it's the floss meme, and that was like at its peak when it was supposed to be released. It's going to age the movie very quickly once we completely get past it, and they would just go look back and say, "Oh yeah, that was a thing," and just kind of like, you know. And then another thing is, like, this actually made it really funny. They actually included Sonic in it, so there's an old character that noticed Sonic before everyone else, and when he drew a picture of him, it was Sonic. I had to say, I absolutely adore the film creators for doing that.
And
I'm very glad that they actually acknowledged the memes.
yes, but what is your view on the producers acknowledging the memes for the community?
Well, I believe it's very nice to know that these people actually kind of, get the community a little bit. Now, I will say that while they tried to do their best to change the movie for the better after the whole incident happened with the whole horrible design, sadly, there were a couple things that did kind of negatively impact it. So, first of all, when it comes to So when it came to the actual story, what kind of made it for me was, first of all, there's a point where Sonic gets to San Francisco, and he's supposed to get up the building and grab his rings. Instead of running up the building like we have seen portrayed millions of times when it comes to that, and also that actually has been done in the Sonic games before with the help of a bouncer, but still, he should have been able to just run up the building and grab the rings, but instead they made him go through the elevator so that way the other characters can get up there too, which I understand because they need to get the characters up on the building in order to have the scene where he saves them and throws them back to Green Hill. But at the same time, it just kind of felt like they nerfed him a little bit, like nerf what he could do just to create a funny moment and get the actors where they're supposed to be.
Okay,
But
then.
then also, and then when it came to, the kind of the climax of the fight, I'm gonna say, right before Sonic starts absolutely wailing on Eggman, they had this whole, Sonic really wanted a friend, and once I think his name was Tom acknowledges that Sonic was his friend, he just kind of got back up, which to me it was kind of a bit cliche, just a little bit kind of like I wish there was a better reason for him getting up or something like that. It just kind of felt a little eh. But
Okay,
other
then.
than that, other than that, to be honest, it was a really enjoyable movie. I do wish they got to travel around a little bit more rather than just going to like maybe two locations, and we got to see a couple more things. But to to be honest, it was pretty good. Um,
That's
Sonic looked nice.
Um, so, what do you think some, like, key points or, like, any points that you think the developers missed while making this film? Like, do you think there's anything that they missed that they should have added or didn't add?
I do wish that maybe, the beginning segment, I wish maybe some more things were fleshed out, like maybe Sonic's family or something like that. But then again, I guess it makes sense, it's the memories of a child. The whole narration thing and the way Sonic kind of acted reminded me a lot of Deadpool, to be honest, and I think that's what they're kind of going for, but I don't think it necessarily fits Sonic. Like, it's definitely an interesting take on the character with him being kind of narcissistic, or not narcissistic, but, kind of egotistical, saying, the beginning trailer, how like good looking is and all that, which that is Sonic has been known is something Sonic has been known to do, but at the same time, going the Deadpool route where he kind of, I don't know, talks to the audience at the beginning, I just felt like it would have been better if they didn't. Like, I don't exactly know. Like, I really liked the beginning. I just felt like, I don't know. It's kind of hard to explain. I feel like they could have done it differently and it would have had a better impact.
Okay, I can agree with you on that. So, is there any questions or, like, any, like, or, here's the thing, as you know, this is a spoiler, so, at the end of the movie, after all, like, after, like, all the cool credits, and how, like, oh, that is another question I do have. Do you like how they did the credits at the end, like, with the old style, like, retro Sega game kind of theme?
Oh yeah, definitely a good way to pay homage to the original games. I also liked how at the beginning, how the way Baby Sonic was running, it was like kind of that was the first game, which I really did like. But when it came to the end credit scene, I really did like it. Now, one thing that is confusing that I actually just learned about. So they actually kept the original voice actor from the games, and I think that's the same person who did Tails. If I think I just learned this, I'm not exactly sure if I'm 100% right, but I think they used the same voice actor in the games as they for Tails, but they changed Sonic's voice actor. Now that's something that's a bit confusing. I think a lot of people are pointing the head finger saying they just wanted more popular voice actor to be Sonic, but to be honest, the guy did perfect. I think he did a pretty good Sonic.
Yeah, that is okay. I can agree with you on that. So with Tails, I think we both believe after watching the movie that they definitely set it up for a second Tails, right? Or a second Sonic.
Yeah, that's definitely for a second Sonic, and I really
So-
do hope the movie does good enough.
So here's the thing. How do you think it's gonna go? Like, what do you think the theme of the second, like, Sonic 2 is gonna be?
Well, let's see. This one we kind of followed Sonic as he gained friends. He was kind of a lonely character, and he was, and he finally got a friend. He got a family. Now, I kind of want them to explore his clinginess that he may have developed. Because he doesn't want to lose these friends. Kind of like how they did in Wreck-It Ralph. I would kind of like to maybe have Tom and Tails bud a little bit, or maybe Tom has a character arc where Sonic is spending much more time with Tails because Tails is supposed to be the best friend, and maybe Tom gets a little bit jealous, something like that. I want them to explore maybe the basics of the relationship. It would make more sense for Sonic to be the clingy one because he's never had friends before. I would like them to kind of do that. I think that's the next step for Sonic's arc. Now, I don't know how they would incorporate Tails into that or Tom into that, but I do think it's the next step. Or maybe it's the fact that Tails tries to have him come home or something like that. It's just, I'm not really sure how they're going to do it, but I do hope that, they listen to all the criticism of the first one. Maybe they use more general memes that will, kind of keep Sonic relevant and kind of change the way certain things work, so that way by the end of by the time that they start production, they have fixed all the issues, that were present in the first one, so that way we can have an even better movie the second time around. But still, the Sonic movie still has to do good for us to get a second one. So far, I've heard that it's actually been doing pretty decent, and I hope that continues because I really do believe this one, out of all the video game movies, does deserve a sequel.
Okay, that is good. So one of the other things I'm wondering is what about like what is all the hidden details and like little Easter eggs that they hid in the movie? Like, did you see some of those?
Well, first of all, definitely you have Sonic. You know, you have Chili Dogs. When he woke up, you know, he said "Gotta go fast," which definite meme. There was a lot of memes hidden throughout the movie. Let's see, it's kind of hard to name them all, but I can't really remember too many. Now, one weird thing that was pointed out to me afterwards, correct me if I'm wrong, but Tails seemed to have been wearing the same shoes as Sonic, even though Sonic just got those shoes from Earth.
Yes,
So,
that is true. So, what is your
that,
opinion on that exactly?
like, it makes sense why they did that because Tails and Sonic have similar shoes, but I do feel like they should have changed that just to make things flow a bit more and for I can't come up with the words, but just to make everything make sense.
Okay. So. Okay, one good final opinion before we end off this podcast.
Okay, the Sonic movie was much better than I expected. You know, it may date itself and it may have a couple of story choices, but at the end of the day, if you have time, I would recommend watching it. And I definitely would love to see a sequel.
Okay. Well, thank you for coming to the Stone Crusher podcast, and thank you all for listening to this random podcast out of nowhere while I play GTI in the background and Z.F Productions loads a video. So anyways, thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye!